Today I'm going to talk to you about Promo-steem. I've got a lot to get through, so I'm going to try and keep the pace quite high, but hopefully it won't be so high you don't get confused. So here we go. I got into Steemit about a year ago. I looked at the platform and I ended up finding this guy, Stephen Kendall, who unfortunately can't be here today, but he's a massive proponent of Steem. He's always talking about it online and things. And what he was doing is he was promoting Steem. He was issuing flyers, he was issuing business cards. He was going out on the street and talking to people, going to events and talking to people. And he had this bat phone number, right? Which is right there. And he said, call me on the bat phone and I'll let you know if you can get involved. And I was like, well, I might as well give him a call and see what we end up doing. So we ended up sort of working together and getting involved in promoting Steem on the street, door to door, talking to people, going to events. So just show you a couple of, we ended up going around, flyering door to door. That's at Sarah Starkerz, who got involved with this as well. Then we put a meetup together. There's a great guy at Brand H Music who's a great singer. He's won Steemit open mic a couple of times. We just had a bit of fun there. And then we kind of got building a little bit, and we said, well, why don't we do a tour around all the universities in the UK? So we went to, I think it's 14 universities in the last, from 3 weeks ago, so it took 3 weeks. And we had loads of Steemers, we wrote loads of Steemers from around the UK, and quite a few people turned up to help us on the days. So I just like to, I'm kind of reading out, but Stephen Kendall, Tumutanzi, Art on My Sleeve, An Architect, Ashley Pete, Thomas George, DF5495, Zoltan Bristol, Ria, Millimeter Jutsi, and Joanna Angsite turned up to help that. So a massive thanks to those guys. And we just went to basically all the major universities around the country. So this is what we did. In that particular case, I managed to get some blue face paint on. We just got the cap on, t-shirt, and just sort of went to people around the different universities and said, we're writing a blog about your university. We're going to post this blog to the site tonight. Please, if you could take a selfie with us and point at the logo. So that's what's going on there. The people are pointing at the logo. And then we gave them a business card with our blog addresses on. And they could come and take a look at that blog and see that the blogs were making money. So as a result, we ended up driving traffic to the site, maybe get a few new users. But the hope is that we're going to end up having a set of small pockets of Steem in each of the universities in the UK until it starts to grow. So I'll just run you through a couple of the photos so you can see what we got up to. These are the tame ones as well. But you can see that everyone's just pointing at the logos, having a good time, and obviously loads of questions about what Steemit was. We generally approach groups rather than single people. We approach sports teams because they need funding to fund their transport and their kit and things like that. We danced in cafeterias and got good photos on people's tables like that. We approached as many groups of women as possible because I needed an excuse, but also we need more women in Steemit. So people walk around on one leg when they hear about Steemit as well. That's pretty good. And also, we found the odd Steemian as well that came over and said, hey, how are you doing? We approached buskers as well. Buskers are obviously a really good group of people to get onto Steemit. We tried to get the old Monday red photo challenge with the letterbox there. So that was the Steemit tour. And if Ashley, Millimeter, Ria, where's Ria? If you can all put your hands up and give us a wave at least. Who else is there? Thomas George at the back. They helped out with the tour. Danny Shine. Thanks very much, guys. Can you give them a round of applause for spending their time? Thank you. Really appreciate that. So next thing we did is we actually crashed a blockchain event in London. So Danny Shine, who is, where is he? There he is. He's a bit of a performance artist. So he went into this blockchain event. That was the audience. They're all sort of blockchain enthusiasts. And Danny Shine kind of crashed the event and started talking to everyone about Steem. And it was really good because that was the before photo and that was the after photo. So that was pretty good. We all went to the pub, got talking about Steem, everyone was wearing the free t-shirts, and it was all good fun. So yeah, again, thanks to Ria, Millimeter, Tumutanzi, Ashley Pete, and Thomas George. The next thing we did is we went to the London Investors Show because we kind of figured, well, if we're bringing new users in, we also need to bring in new investors in. So Ashley Pete just rang these guys up and was like, we're doing a blockchain technology called Steem. Can we come and present at your show? And they were like, yeah. We were like, how much does it cost? Everyone else has to pay $9,000, but for you guys, it's free. I don't know what he did, but fantastic work. So Stephen Kendall, an architect, came along and did the speaking, and then Thomas, George, and Ashley set the event up and did the recording. So that was the event there. We spoke to people all day about Steemit, and that was the after. It's a bit of a bad picture, but there was about 30 people there afterwards for about 45 minutes, just in awe at what this new platform was and what it could do for them. Yes, so we just spoke to them for ages after the event. It was really good, really successful. Again, if we do events like that in the future, the onboarding things that Ned was talking about will be really, really helpful to get people onboarded right there and then. And then Alice Yummy Food, who's there. Hello, Alice Yummy Food. She organised the meetup for us in London afterwards, so we had a bit of a few drinks to celebrate. So this is kind of the Promo UK kind of thing that we did around the UK and the different techniques that we used. And then we kind of thought, well, Steemit's about leading by example, and maybe if we post about how we do these promotions, we can get other people on Steemit around the world to start doing the same things. So we kind of said, right, let's put Promo UK down there, and let's just list all the other countries. We did a series of blogs explaining how we promote Steemit and see what happens. And of course, Steemit started doing what we were doing, right? And it was just amazing to see. So I want to just run through you with a couple of the people that have been promoting Steem with our techniques around the platform. Before I do that, I've got a little bit of steam, and if anyone wants to propose getting a banner at a massive festival on the TV with a big Steemit logo, I will fund it and I will push it so we can get the funding for that. So if anyone wants to start working on that, please let me know and I'll do what I can to get funding for that setup. I'd love to see that at Glastonbury, you know. The other thing that we did is we realised that a lot of people couldn't afford to buy the t-shirts maybe, or the mugs, or the pens, or the caps. So we said that we can start doing interest-free loans on Steemit because, of course, if we blog about the loan, people will upvote it and that's our interest payment. So we can now give interest-free loans on Steemit. That's a whole new industry that can be set up there on Steemit. So if anyone on the live stream wants to promote Steemit in that way and needs a couple of $100 to get set up, let me know. I will personally loan you the Steem and hope that you'll pay me back. So a couple of case studies of the people who got involved. One of the first people to get involved in this was at Rosary in Venezuela and Brazil. And she started by just going, hey guys, can I translate your blogs into different languages that I know? So she started translating the blogs into Spanish and Portuguese. And then eventually, more recently, she's done this Promote Steemit competition. So every week, she selects the best promoter of Steemit and pays them the rewards from the blogs that she's done about that promotion campaign. So that's really cool. It's not got much funding at the moment, but hopefully, as people find out about this, more people will vote for her blogs. It's really cool. I mean, imagine that she's just looking on the Promo-steem tag and selecting what it appears to be the best promoter that week, so it gives people an incentive to promote Steemit. Milagros is similar in Venezuela. She got in touch and she started promoting, translating our blogs into Spanish. And then she started putting meetups together, talking to people about Steem, posting it to her blogs. Again, I'm watching those blogs, so I'm upvoting her to support her. Obviously, we've heard a few times Venezuela is really struggling at the moment, so this is a great opportunity for people to do valuable work and get paid for it in Venezuela. Then you've got the guys in Africa. They're absolutely crazy about Steem. So there's Promo Nigeria, Steem Lagos. A few pictures of those guys. Again, they've got their flyers printed, going around talking to people, taking photos to show that they're spreading the word about Steemit. I'm always upvoting that work. This guy, Greatness 96, is a legend in Africa for Steemit. He's also the best looking Steemit in a tight t-shirt. And he's got out there, done exactly the same model, gone out and spoke about Steemit. So thanks, Greatness 96, for all the good work you're doing. So a couple of photos of him. Sammy White's working with a team in Nigeria to build a sustainable Steemit community, and these things are popping up all over the world. But he's using that along with Promo-steem to promote Steemit, so he's spreading the word about Steemit through his community. You've got Omar Hashem in Egypt, who sets up Steemit Arabia blogging pages and digital markets from them. He's not so much the type to be out in the street talking about it, but again, if you're posting that stuff to this Promo-steem tag, I'll be there upvoting it. Jeremos is in Uganda. One of the things I liked about him was that you see his blog there. Today, I made my first withdrawal from Steemit and took fellow Steemians for lunch. So one of the things that he struggled with is that people wouldn't believe him, that Steemit was real. So he was like, well, I'll just take you all for lunch, right? And so he's doing that type of thing. You got Reko in Sweden. I haven't seen him around. I thought he was coming to Steemfest. But what he does, he just simple A4 printout. I was introduced to Steemit by Rico. And then when that blog gets upvoted, he returns that money to the new user he's brought to Steem. So you can voluntarily vote for his work, and then that new user will get that Steem. It's a really cool idea. He calls it World of Marif Promo. There's a couple more people. You got the Ghost 1980 in Venezuela. He works closely, I don't know if you've heard of the Cervantes community, a really good community out in Venezuela. And they put Steemit meetups together. But what I liked about the Ghost work was that he started doing a radio broadcast, right? And if we have time, I'll play it for you afterwards. But he's basically got this beautiful sounding Spanish lady speaking, and she's going, Promo-steem, Promo-steem. It's all over the radio in his town in Venezuela. So again, I'm happy to fund that work because it's talking about Promo-steem. Well, it's talking about Steem even. And the lady's name is Joe Maconde. And this is the very good looking, the Ghost 1980. He's got his Steemit logos on his shirts there. Another one in the Philippines is Jas. I'm terrible at pronouncing the rest of that name, so forgive me, Jas. But he's one of the greatest promoters of Steemit in Asia. He basically goes to universities, and he's got, I don't know how he does it, but he's got setups at universities where he just gets hundreds of people coming through. And every time I see a photo of him, he's got at least 30 people around him who are all new Steemians, you know? And so I love that work. He posts it to Promo-steem, gets upvoted. See some more pictures of him. I mean, look at this guy, right? Look at this. Just everyone's in a Steemit t-shirt, you know? It's brilliant. TJ For Real and Rich Forever in Ghana. They've got the flyers that go around sticking them on the walls and then talking to people about it. And again, the upvotes for these guys means a lot more to someone who's a really successful blogger, so I'm always looking to spread the Steem to these people. They're really doing great jobs. It's really, really hard to go and promote Steem to people. So, always upvoting their work. An architect in the UK, he's obviously, we have the problem with onboarding, so when you've got new Steemers coming in, they're like, how the hell does the platform work? Minnow Mentor tries to pair experienced Steemians with new minnows, and it puts them together on a Discord server. And the idea is that the money that those blogs make, the Steam-backed dollars go to the experienced Steemers who are mentoring the minnows. So they have a way of making money just from their Steemit experience. So you have like, I don't know how many Steemit new minnows are on there, but there's a lot of new minnows on there. There's quite a few experienced Steemians, and sort of everyone's benefiting from the whole experience in Minnow Mentor. He also talked at the London Investor Show. Mark Whittam, I think, is here. Is Mark Whittam here? Anywhere? He is at Steemfest this year. But this guy is a Steemit promotion legend. He basically gives out free drinks from his little platform there, you can see, and sort of gets a bit of a crowd around and then starts telling people about Steemit. And he funded his trip to Lisbon from Sweden to Steemfest this time. So he's a real promotion legend. I believe he's using coffee and tea there. So he's going for the non-alcoholics in that case. Another person was Rocking Dave. Sent a load of videos to people saying, I've got a few days left on this license. I'm going to do everyone that contacts me a free video. So we've got a Promo-steem video that we're putting together now. Just try to tell whales where to go and try to tell the new promoters where to go so they can all try and benefit from the promotions of Steemit. So why am I showing you all this? So as a Steemit investor, I kind of came to a couple of realizations that I want to talk to you about. One is that the price movement is far more important than curation rewards. So for me, if the Steemit price goes up 1 cent, it's like a month's worth of curation rewards, yeah? So I like to think that the Steem whales will eventually realize that the Steem price going up is far more important than the curation they can make for themselves. And the other realization is that the value flowing into Steem has to be more than the value flowing out. So obviously we're all aware of the price drop recently. It's been a bit tough at times, but it's because there's more value flowing out of the platform than flowing in currently. I mean, the hope is that things in the future will improve, and some of the things that have been said at this Steemfest are amazing. But for right now, in terms of what's happening right today, I want to try and encourage whales to think like this. They have to be trying to bring value to the platform and not supporting word that is taking value away from the platform. It just results in price drops. So there's item number B, is that I want the Steemit investors to support initiatives that increase value flow into Steemit. So the other thing that I realize about Steem is Steem is about leading by example to encourage positive voluntary reactions from the community. So if you start doing something and people see that they can do it, they'll often be inspired by it and go and do it themselves, yeah? And I think that's a wonderful thing about Steemit, and I've seen it time and time and time again. So starting new initiatives off is sort of a natural thing on Steem. And again, the examples are in the promotions to see that people have carried on promoting Steem in the same way. The other thing is that investors, so say you've got 500,000 Steem, right? You can harness the man hours of 400 people a day, right? With no tax implications, no insurance implications, all voluntary work, and these people come and support your initiative, yeah? And I think that hasn't been realised yet by the whales as well. A lot of the whales like to vote for cups of coffee or their friends and things like this, and over time, they need to realise that they can actually persuade hundreds of people to do work for the good of Steem every day. Okay, very quickly at the end here. This is my rewards curve from curation. You can see here, this is where I started doing Promo-steem. So my curation rewards have dropped because the Promo-steem tag isn't that popular at the moment. And I project that I'll be making an 11% annual dividend as an investor, but it could be about 13 if I was to vote for the more popular content. So please, I'm asking you, visit the Promo-steem tag. Anyone that wants to promote Steem, go on there, post your content. Any whales that have a spare 5 minutes, go on there, upvote the good quality promotion work. Let's incentivize the people who are promoting Steem to keep doing the good jobs they're doing. If you could quickly all get your phones out and take a picture of that, because those are the guys promoting Steem right now that I'm aware of. I know there's many more. The guys in the AEC community are doing a great job there as well. Yeah, and if you can visit their pages, go vote them. They're really benefiting everyone on the platform. So last slide. Recently, so the Promo-steem tag is worth about 10,000 Steem, just under. And recently, the Halloween tag was worth more. Yeah? So it kind of shows where the community is thinking about promotion at the moment. And I don't know why that is, but this talk is to try to encourage people to support the Promo-steem a bit more than Halloween. And again, I'm not here for my upvotes. I'm not here for my personal interest, right? I want these people, these ambassadors, these value creators on Steem, to get the attention they deserve and get the upvotes they deserve. I've got enough Steem. I want to make sure it's distributed to these other people who are doing great jobs. So that's it from me. Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right, thank you.